Truly, this is the end times. The darkness is just right outside our doorstep. We got an entire army of dredge around us, and we also cannot buy any food. I hope these 12 days can last. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome to the Banner Saga 3 Part 8. Last we left off, Ivor and the rest of the Ravens managed to get to Ridgehorn, got swarmed by Warped, encountered Bulwark, and as Juno states, they're going into the inner Earth, where the dredge came from. That sounds completely mental, but at the same time, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Now, here, we're going to be going on ahead and making sure that, well, we gotta stop whatever the hell Ruga's doing. Because honestly, he's starting to make me regret keeping him alive. Gil? The mountain. Oathmaker. Might as well get Part 4. Luden, Alio. Anyone else? Ruben! Let's see what you can do. Yeah, he's got some pretty good stats. He's almost maxed. But I'm glad we got him back. I miss him. Oh, damn, we gotta level you up. We have a level up Canary. We can level up Deirdre. I think we're good for now. So, I've been playing some Horizon Zero Dawn. Fun game. I will not do a let's play of it because that game is long enough as it is. So, let's go check out the gates and see what the hell Ruga's up to. My mom's also trying to look for a job for me. She re-edited my resume, and she's gonna send it back. So I gotta go make sure we get a job. We're gonna need it. Trying to find one that was a bit the difficult part. You squint in the sunlight outside the cool shade of your tent, and a smell reminds you of the small farmhouses you once lived near in Skogar. The field is full of horseborn, a lot more than there were before. Ubin stands in their midst, the shepherd of a confused flock. He's chatted with Goodolf, catching up on lost time. Ubin spots you and waves, beckoning you to join them. These horseborn lost a lot of their leaders all at once. He tells you about the new arrivals. They hadn't found a lot of sympathy here in Oberon, despite helping defeat Ruin. Hate to crowd your camp, but what would you think of taking them under your wing? Are you sure they want that? We won't know until we ask, Ubin replies. In times like this, I believe it's better to have too many friends than too few. Okay. Have a horseborn ally speak to them on my behalf. Okay. Several horseborn who have traveled in your caravan are nearby. Considering Canary's troubled past, you think it would be best to leave her out of this. Let's go with Skathok. You remember that Skathok was a traitor before you met, and his experience speaking to strangers. You can translate your request. Skathok addresses the crowd in a trained voice and grabs the full attention of the tribes with a spirited conversation. Many join, he tells you. Sweet! I knew sending Skathok was a good idea. What kind of trouble got stirred up than we need to the whole clan? The kind that turns into an angry mob. My least favorite kind of mob. I didn't realize she was there. Why can't the dialogue options be like right down here? Or here? Or somewhere where I can actually see it. Let's toggle this. I don't think we're gonna need it. Through still gaping holes in the splintered walls, you glimpse the dredge indolently lurking. Bleary-eyed workers do their best to fill the cracks. The foreman spies you at the head of the caravan. Got any fires with strong arms? God knows we can use them, and they'll be well fed. Okay, let's give them a token number of volunteer fighters to help patch the... It's all we can spare, you claim. Some clansmen don't seem to mind the chance to do something productive with their idle hands. Okay. I wonder if I should have sent enough fighters to do this. Crap. Yeah, I can definitely see that's Ruga. So many survivors occupy the dirt along the common paths that begin to blend together. A young girl conquers her shyness and comes begging for food at your feet. Others are inspired to do the same. Compared to these people, you have a considerable amount of supplies. The real question is how much you're willing to spare for those who aren't in your clan, who will keep coming in the future. Consider what to tell the growing crowd of open hands. Let's leave a sizable bundle. Going to save them all, says the clansman, reluctantly unloading the cart. Must be one of your finest features, he continues, and one of your worst. He knows the man's gaunt son struggling to unload a bag, but it's too late to change your mind now. Ah, crap. "7 days of supplies. I knew we should have spent most of it on getting more supplies. Dang it. But the markets are all out. Well, I can definitely say that's where ruin is. Shit. Dredge killer! Shouts a woman as you approach. Contrary to what sounds at first like an angry mob, the opposite occurs. Painful survivors crowd around asking questions you can't answer. What if the dredge attack again? What about the darkness? What do we do now? Hold out hope. I personally know the Valka are well on their way to fixing this. Many of the survivors have no banner left to claim, but cheer their fealty to you and follow toward the gates. After your rousing speech, you don't dare send them away. We got enough fighters that we can help out with the patching of the walls. And we got enough clansmen. I doubt we'll be able to get more food. At least they seem to be making some progress on the walls. That's when we don't have to be responsible for absolutely everything. After dealing with that sunder. They finally pitched in once they realized you're not going anywhere. Well, we're definitely going to need to send some Varl to help out with these things. Adding more clans to the banner.
I had that feeling again. The one where I want to look to my father for guidance, but he isn't there. Despite everything else going on, it's still mankind that worries me the most.
Yeah, in desperation, mankind will do anything to survive. A growing crowd is gathering at the gates. It is easy to tell the curious bystanders from the hard and darkened faces of Ruga's loyalists. But there are plenty of different colors being flown here. The Varl are also nearby, looking uncomfortable. As you step forward, the disgruntled murmur of the crowd turns into a squeaking of rats skittering into the hiding holes. Ruga, as always, wears the satisfied smile of a man who disowned his own humility in bottomless ambition long ago. I should have beat the shit out of you. Ah, our savior has joined us. Maybe now we can hear some sense. A pleasant voice will be welcoming to this bitch's yapping. You'd prefer it to my bite. That's why a vicious dog should be muzzled. You don't see the irony in that coming from you, Ruga. I don't know what you mean. As usual, I only want to protect our people, but Ulife here's what she pleases. You only want to condemn. It starts with the dredge. How long before you convince them we're the next enemy? What do you mean, starts with the dredge? She would throw away all of our sacrifice to let them walk through the gates. Just as there are Varl here, horseborn. Many of those outside these gates are women and children too. We've known this. We've even taken in a dredge infant whose mother was slain. Has been amongst you this whole time. Ruga's eyes go wide at this. A disapproving murmur ripples through the crowd. Be it as it may, tell me why I just lost good Varl fighting for them for hundreds of years. When our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The dredge are no different. Belluor is gone. Eyeless and Ruin are gone. Are the rest beating down our doors, crying for blood? No, they cry out for mercy. All I'm suggesting is that we don't leave them to suffer in the darkness. We can find a way. Before he died, our king said everyone lives. Who is Ruga to disagree? He is no king. Life is right. There is no king here. Look at the faces around you. Some who have just lost children, trampled beneath bloody dredge hooves. Shall we invite the dredge in for another go? I don't see how any of this matters. When the darkness covers us, we'll all be in the same sort of dead. But all things being equal, I'll shed no tears for the dredge now. Here, some common sense. And what does our heroic Thunderslayer believe? Speak up. We've all been waiting for your wisdom. Make a heartfelt plea appeal to the masses? You tell the tale of your travels, the things you've seen, and the discovery that the dredge are running from the darkness same as you. As the story meanders, you can tell the mob is becoming restless. Unbelievable. Death knocks and you invite it in out of pity. Ruga appeals to the crowd now, speaking loudly. Friends, shall we fling the gates open wide to the murderous dredge, embrace their hammers and stones? Should I let this hysterical woman endanger your families, your kin, for murderous stinking slag? Angry shouts erupt in response. Fury fills the faces of those closing in. Ruga's faithful draw steel. I'm gonna snipe your ass, Ruga. Let's try this again. I wish there was a fast forward button. Heartfelt plea didn't work. We only got 7 days of supplies. It's 12 days in. There's no food to buy. We're gonna die. Oh, we are so gonna die.
I had that feeling again. The one where I want to look to my father for guidance, but he isn't there. Despite everything else going on, it's still mankind that worries me the most.
Since that won't work, I definitely want to try to get the dredge inside. I feel that we owe them one after all this. I want to only protect our people, but Ulife here's what she please. Oh wait, never mind. It's we could fight the dredge when they come again, or we could take a chance on peace. Allow me to prove that once again you're answering the wrong question. Ah, damn it. Looks like I really do have to go ahead and try to... Ah, man. You know what? Ubin, this is your first time. There we go. If I hunker down, that'll work. Might as well keep giving you more, yeah, might as well go ahead and level you up to level 13, bro. Let's do it. Damn it, I knew we had to kill Ruga, but I don't want to kill him. I mean, I want to end his life. I should have ended his life years ago, but that would have caused his people to riot. Okay. That was weird. You were the ring too, right? Well, time to go ahead. I guess this is the night where these punks go to die. Let's put you up here. Overwatch. Let's go, punks. Nice. And a bleeding effect too. Shield wall. So I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Game, gorgeous. Fun, addicting. Kinda need to get back into it again. Oh no. Ubin. Help her out. Help a girl out. Nice. Oh no. Backbiter loyalist. But that bleeding effect's gonna be really effective on this. Hang on, Ubin. You know what? Summon reinforcements. Here. There we go. That should help. That should help her out. Yeah, Overwatch and a nice big line of people. That'll really help. Dumb fool. I got you back. That bleed should take him out afterwards. Oh, nice. Bleed and Death's Messenger. I'm definitely excited for Spiral when it finally comes out, because that game's gonna be amazing. I mean, we waited long enough to play it anyway. Shit. Back on Overwatch, Alette. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Get away from my woman! Dang. Don't mess with the Death's Messenger. So, the game itself is very fun and very enjoyable too, I gotta say. Definitely give it a try when you can. They all die. Added lull in the fighting, but it looks far from over. If anything, it's just begun, and that's what worries you most. There's no need for this, you shout. It falls on deaf ears as more and more men draw weapons. The wind picks up, tearing at banners that whip above your heads. A growing gale throws men from their feet and bludgeons your sense of balance. A storm funnel approaches, crawling above the gates. Riding is Zephyr, her platinum hair curiously untouched by the maelstrom. She lands amidst the fighters like a leaf delicately falling from a tree, somehow terrifying in its grace. Stop this lunacy! She howls. How the hell did... I thought you were dead! What is this? Put your weapons down! Even Ruga's unflappable demeanor seems subdued in Valka's presence. Traitors threatened to open the gates and let loose the dredge. We only meant to stop them. Liar! You're the only real threat here, Luca. Warped creatures reside within the coming darkness, twisted and ferocious. That is the true threat now. I would have come sooner, but I was searching for a solution to protect Oberon, and I may have found it. If everyone can be civil for a moment. Where are the king's vendors? I need them all. They've done as they please since Minoff died. He's dead? Then as the last surviving Valka, I am taking control here. I expect the rest of you to put aside your differences while I gather the menders. What about the dredge outside the gates? I'm sure she has little time to worry about such petty disputes. Zephyr rubs her temple in frustration. You don't need to befriend the dredge, only make space for them within the walls. When the warped come, they will be relentless. We cannot afford to give them more weapons against us in the coming days. Zephyr departs, ushered by a rising gust of air that lifts her toward the keep. She leaps in the long bounds, like a springing reindeer, out of sight within moments. Ruga looks to be at a loss, but only for a moment. How vindicated you must feel. I envy you. But not everyone here is so reasonable, so easily persuaded as me. Convince them. He raises his voice again, over the distressed murmur of the crowd. Step outside these gates, brave Alette. Ease our minds. The Valka thinks they can be trusted. Walk amongst them, the Dredge Slayer. Throw down your weapon and prove to us how harmless they all are. Open the gates. Ruga flinches in surprise when you give the order, but hides it quickly. You call this bluff, and now you have to deliver. Slowly the large doors are pulled open for you. Ulek whispers to you quickly before you step beyond the gates. The Dredge infant, I'll come with you carrying the baby. Maybe they would see it as a gesture of peace. I'm glad to have you by my side, Odd. Ulek nods. The Dredge child is quickly brought forth, and Ulek stands beside you, carrying the bundle in her arms. Everyone is waiting for your next move. This is one of them moments. You take a deep breath. Someone pushes the Skogor banner into your hand and it weighs heavily. Dredge stands shoulder to shoulder beyond the gates. The warbling stops as you approach, and their many yellow eyes turn in your direction like a field of sunflowers. You force your legs to move. The dredge part around you. It feels suffocating, even though they do nothing but watch. Now completely surrounded, you turn around, where equally captivated clansmen stare breathlessly from inside the walls. The dredge nearby look with curiosity at the dredged child in Udleif's arms. The air is still, as if it itself is afraid to breathe. You raise the banner. Dredge follow you as you and Udleif walk back into the Oberon. They follow through the gate. They follow into the courtyard. And then a man shouts. You can see his face clearly, but you don't recognize him. Just some guy. You're not sure exactly what he's shouting, but it sounds like, "You kill us all!" He hurls a spear at you. Others draw weapons. They raise bows. Everyone reacts at once. "I'm sorry," says Udleif softly. Before you can react, she has stepped in front of the spear meant for you. There are tears in her eyes as she closes them. Still cradling the drenched child as she bleeds out on the ground. Oh, no! 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 Oddleaf! You say, not like this. You breathe deeply. Using every ounce of Mender training you received from Ivan, you tune out the world and focus on Oddleif's wound. You don't know how long it's been when the bleeding stops. Oddleif gasps. Her eyes open again. Thank you! The Mender training paid off! You're rising, being pulled by your cloak. It's Petrus. His guards are scattered and overrun. The mob bucks like a wild beast. Nearby a Vol brings his shield crashing down on someone's head. Horseborn scream in the distance. The smell of smoke fills the air. Blades lunge at you from different directions, and you emerge bleeding around the corner of an alley. Where is Cypher? Where's Zephyr? You shout, making sure that Oddleif followed. She looks beyond dazed. The violence is spilling further into the city. Riders smash down doors and corpses lay openly in the streets. Some of them are very young. There is no cure for this, Petrus grieves. Oberon is broken. Peace offering.
Is broken. Now the strength of your banner will determine how long you can hold out, while Ivor and the Valka push on to their destination. Your choices up to this point, the number of clansmen, fighters, Val, and supplies remaining, buy you days of survival. When your days run out, catastrophe will follow. Use this time wisely.
I think we just hit the point of no return, people. Ah, shit! Well... Wall standing. 120 hours. $70 hours. Oh my god. 35 hours. Fighters. Fighters saved. Days. Well, we're at the end. This is it. 14 days. We've got 14 freaking days of this hell. Wait. You find Zephyr near the keep. Speaking to the mender she has gathered, she turns as you approach, her face severe. Captain Petrus, what happened? I told everyone to stop killing. This has been coming since Minoff died. And then you left? Yeah. And I could not have come sooner. How quickly things fall apart. Its limit. By joining their efforts, the Menders may be able to encircle all of Oberon. It will mean positioning them evenly along the walls, and if madmen are running wild in the streets, killing indiscriminately, I'll make sure that won't happen. That doesn't happen. How long can you keep this spell of light going? Assuming the plan works at all? I don't know. Perhaps if we rest in shifts. It depends on our food supplies and stopping the warped from slaughtering our menders. They told me you fall off asunder. No small thing, but that will be nothing compared to what is coming. And the other Valka? Juno and Ivan? Can they put an end to all this? We crossed paths. They continued into the darkness. If they're going to where I think they're going, and if they actually make it, there is hope. Shit. You lead a group of Zephyr's menders toward the gates, where the fighting is worse. The darkness is already drawing close, throwing soot into the air. You push into the fray to clear space for the menders to do their work. Men fight dredge, men fight men. The fighting curls around you like wildfire until you are engulfed in it. Despite your best efforts, one bare-chested, shrieking madman charges at you, but is crushed into the dirt by the heavy stone bludgeon of a nearby colossus. The stone guard stares at you, past you. Bloody men circle you like vultures, shrieking till insults. Traitors, raven starvers. The stone guard nods some kind of understanding. He seems to recognize you too. Yay! We get the final dredge companion, Bastion. Look at this dude. If I were ever in a dark alley, I would have him. A towering colossus of Blackstone who looks like most of the other dredge you've seen. But this one seems to recognize the sacrifices that were made which allow it to survive now within Operon. He chooses to fight for his protectors. I like you. I already like you. Now, let's make you a strong as heck tank. Twiceborn? No. The Foolish? The Forsaken? Last Man Standing? Unbent. Yeah, you know what? Let's make him the next Bellower. Oh, God. What have I done? Now. Sorry, Ubin. We're bringing the big guy. We're bringing in the new guy. Let's test him out. Yo, we got ourselves Bastion. Literally the tankiest tank of all tanks. I think this guy pretty much makes freaking Gil look puny in comparison. I've wanted this. The Menders must not fall. Okay, so keep all the Menders that... Why do they all look like Gil? Nichols. Let's see them try to get in here. Backfighter champion. Gil, I need you to perform a sacrifice for me. Can you do this? Try and get me! Bastion, you're on. Kindle, Drumfire. Oh my god! Nah, there's no one here. Gun off! Tear him down. Do not let any of the Menders die. Good night. The faster we kill these guys, the faster it'll make this. Where did he shot that? Where did he shot that? Where did he shot that? Oh. You know what? No, let's go with insult. Who's next? Let's send you back. I have no idea what he just said, but it must have been hilarious. Well, he's dead! You. Stay here. Dead. Seriously, they all look like nickels. I'm not seeing this too, am I? Seriously, Overwatch with Alette is basically a one-hit killing machine. Eh, they don't really have all that much anyway, let's just kill them all. There you go, Gil. But now we have all the dredge companions. Get those menders up on the walls, Petra shouts to his guards, and keep everyone else away. The stone guard follows you like a lost puppy, scaring any straggling fires away from the walls. Petrus's guards escort rattled menders to the top, where they join in with the other menders, closing the gap. Zephyr vaults from the ground on a gust of air, soaring to meet them. The dark mist touches the crackling walls, oozing over the edges. Wicked shapes titter and lurk on the other side, just beyond sight. Menders! Shouts Zephyr. Now! Cutscene? Cutscene. Wow. I love these cutscenes. I really do. Chapter 21. With the mighty grief that was ours, and they came a long way. Wow! The caravan fell silently in absolute darkness until you lost all sense of time and place. Before hallucination and madness set in, you felt Juno's touch pillow you into a deep sleep state and protect you from the worst of it. Now dim light finally reveals approaching ground, like an island rising from a midnight sea. You touch the ground lightly, then heavily, and your stomach lurches. Your face still burns from the wound Bolvar gave you. Walking feels like you've never done it before. I've made sick in my hat. Announces Spore. This is the inner earth, Juno tells everyone. This is a cave, grumbles Oli. I'm not impressed. In the gloom, Juno looks absolutely ghostly, beckoning you to follow. Reserve judgment till we emerge. I'm calling it here, guys. I'm calling it here. That was intense. So, now we have to hold out Oberon while Ivor and the rest of the group basically gets as far and quick as they can to wherever the hell they need to go. So, until then, this is Dragon King Mark, and I'll see you guys next time on the Banner Saga, where we basically bull rush our way toward the ending. No stops. Till then, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of all the times I have a video up and when I stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Laters.